What's up, you freaking geniuses? So in this video, I'm going to teach you how to find the sine, cosine, and tangent of any angle, whether it's in degrees or radians. And we're going to do this using specifically the unit circle, right? So let's start with the first one right here, the cosine of pi over 6. All right, so all we have to do is locate pi over 6 on our unit circle. You can see it's the first line right here in yellow, or it's also the same thing as 30 degrees. And when we're asked to find the cosine of this angle, all we have to do is look at the x-coordinate. Okay, what is the x-coordinate of pi over 6? Well, as you can see, it's root 3 over 2, right? So the cosine of pi over 6 is equal to simply root 3 over 2. Okay, now let's go to the next one here. So this time we want to find the cosine of 120 degrees. All right, so we just have to locate 120 degrees on our unit circle, which is right there. And again, if we're looking for cosine, cosine means the x-coordinate, right? So what is the x-coordinate of 120 degrees right here on the unit circle? Well, you can see that it is negative 1/2, right? So then the cosine of 120 degrees is equal to negative 1/2. Okay, great. Now let's go on to sine. So now we want to find the sine of pi over 3. All right, so let's locate pi over 3 right here. So it's the same thing as 60 degrees. And this time when we're looking for the sine of an angle, we specifically want to look at the y coordinate. All right, so in this case, it would be positive root 3 over 2, right? So the sine of pi over 3 is equal to simply root 3 over 2. Now, what about this one right here, the sine of 315 degrees? All right, so 315 is down here. And again, we're going to simply look at the y-coordinate, which in this case, it is negative root 2 over 2. All right, so this is equal to negative root 2 over 2. All right, so I just wanted to drive this point home a little bit one last time. So when we're looking for the cosine of an angle, that's going to be your x-coordinate. When you're looking for the sine of an angle, that's going to be the y-coordinate, okay? So if I drew it as a coordinate pair, right, x comma y, this is x, again, is going to be cosine, and y is going to be sine, all right? And the way that I remember that cosine correlates with x and sine correlates with y is because in this coordinate pair, you can see x and y, if we're reading from left to right, that's in alphabetical order, right? X comes before Y. And now cosine, C, comes before S, right? So if we're reading this in alphabetical order from left to right, C also comes before S, right? So cosine, again, is X and sine is Y. All right, great. Now, lastly, let's find the tangent of pi over 6. So in order to find the tangent of an angle, let's just call it theta, that's going to be equal to the y-coordinate over the x-coordinate, all right? So let's first find pi over 6. Pi over 6 is right here, right? It's the same thing as 30 degrees. So here, the tangent of pi over 6 is going to be equal to, again, the y-coordinate. So in this case, the y-coordinate is 1/2. And we're going to divide that by the x-coordinate, which in this case, it's root 3 over 2. Now, in order to divide fractions, you can simply multiply by the reciprocal, right? So then this whole thing is going to be equal to 1/2, and then we're going to multiply by the reciprocal. So that means we're going to take this bottom fraction and simply flip it. So instead of root 3 over 2, we're going to have 2 over root 3, right? Now, as you can see, we have a 2 on top and the bottom, so those cancel out. So on top, we're simply left with a 1. And on the bottom, we're left with a root 3, all right? Now, we're almost done. The only issue here is that we have a square root, right? We have a radical in the denominator, which is not allowed because that makes it irrational, all right? So in order to rationalize the denominator, maybe that sounds familiar, all you have to do is multiply by this same denominator on the bottom and on the top. All right, so now on top we have 1 times root 3, which is equal to root 3. And on the bottom, the square root of 3 times the square root of 3 is equal to just 3, okay? Whenever you multiply a radical by itself, you basically just drop the radical and then you just write the number once. And the reason that works is let's use an easier number to kind of evaluate. What if we had instead the square root of 4 times the square root of 4? Well, I'm telling you that that would be equal to simply 4. How do we know that? Well, what is the square root of 4? Well, it's equal to 2, right? So here, really what we have is 2 times 2, which is equal to 4. But in any case, as you can see, now we got rid of the radical on the bottom. So this would be our final answer for the tangent of pi over 6. All right, now lastly, let's do one more. So here we want to find the tangent of 315 degrees. All right, so again, in order to find the tangent of some angle, it's going to be equal to the y-coordinate over the x-coordinate. All right, so 315 degrees is right here. The y-coordinate in this case is negative root 2 over 2. Right, so the tangent of 315 degrees is going to be equal to negative root 2 over 2, and that's going to be over the x-coordinate, and the x-coordinate is root 2, positive root 2 over 2. Now, anything divided by itself is equal to simply 1, right? But in this case, we have a negative divided by a positive, which is equal to a negative, right? So in this case, our answer would be negative 1. So if you found the video helpful, make sure to leave a thumbs up down below. And if you have any questions, let me know in the comments section below.